All right, I'm Tobias Lundberg from TLL Guitars in Stockholm, Sweden. I've been making guitars for about 6 or 7 years. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a carpenter or a cabinet maker like my dad, and then I wanted to be a rock star when I got a little bit older. That didn't work out really well, so I found something in between. Um, I've always loved woodworking and music as well, so this was just a perfect combination for me. Yeah, I studied 3 years at Musikinstrumentakademin, Stockholm School of Luthery. You really get to learn pretty much everything there, and then in the third year, you get to focus a little bit more on what you want to do. So I got into arch tops and electrics basically. What defines the TLL instrument is I like to keep one foot in the past and one foot in the future. Just like there's so many great designs and so many great guitars built in the past, but I also think we need to look forward, and that's what I try to do, both aesthetically and sonically, with my instruments. My influence is it's really widespread. Of course, I'm from Sweden, and Scandinavian design and Scandinavian architecture is a big influence of mine, and also like the New York style architecture, Art Deco. The Art Deco architecture I find really interesting. Just clean lines and symmetry, and but you can also like break the symmetry really easy, and you can make something really alive with Art Deco and just with simple lines. I think I like beautiful, clean lines, and but personal. Really, that's what I try to do. I love the old weird 70s guitars from Japan with all the buttons and switches and stuff that you have no idea what they do, but they look really cool. Fender basically set like the tone of what a guitar should be, an electric guitar, and we owe so much to him. And also, when I'm designing something, I look at old sci-fi movies from the 60s and stuff, and like Forbidden Planet and stuff like that, because I mean the robots back then were so much cooler. Basically, the future was cooler in the past. I like to use traditional materials in guitar building. I like to use good quality wood. I mean, quarter sawn and just with a nice tone. I'd rather use a more common wood with a high quality than something really rare, but like flat sawn and all warped and stuff like that. I love maple. I do a lot of maple necks, and with arch tops, of course, I use a lot of European maple and spruce. And just like ebony fingerboards, I love that. With Kaya, I use that in almost all my electric guitars. I think it's a great wood that's pretty much like underrated by a lot of people. It's quite easily available, but it can differ a lot in weight. So I try to find the pieces that are a bit lighter. And I also think that it has a great tone, especially the lighter pieces. Property wise, it sounds a lot like mahogany, and it looks a lot like mahogany. But it's a bit nicer to the environment nowadays. If I build a guitar and someone likes it, I don't want to say to that person, okay, if you want another guitar like that, I can't do it because I only had that one piece of wood. I like to be able to work with wood that I can get a hold of. With sound, I kind of want to look for the same thing as I do in my designs. I mean, a lot of people try to make guitars sound like vintage guitars, which is great. I mean, there's a lot of vintage guitars out there that sound amazing. Um, but I think I want to look in the future a little bit as well. I mean, I want you to pick up my guitars and feel like, okay, it feels really great and it plays really great, and I want you to recognize the sound, but I also want you to feel that there's something more or something new. There's a lot of fantastic pickup makers out there nowadays, and been working with a lot of different ones, and those Magnella pickups are so cool because it's like a humbucker in the size of a Strat pickup, and it sounds so amazing because it's like a humbucker, but it's not as nasal as a humbucker can be sometimes. It's really open and really nice. So yeah, I love them. The Marvin is a really great guitar that way because you can do pretty much whatever you like with it. You can put any pickups in it. You can put like almost any wood in the neck or the body. But I wanted to make a guitar that's really simple. Yeah, like I said, I don't want anything weird. I just want something to like wake your mind a little bit. Okay, here's something new. What's this? I haven't heard this before. I'm really happy to be represented by the North American Guitar in London.